Hello everyone, this is Gorax. In today's video I'll show you how my main team has dealt with Ancient Battlefield level 9, which I believe was the hardest dungeon this season. Let's go! Before I go over the heroes, let's make one thing clear. Remember, this is my main account, so my resources are limited. So I couldn't go for all the artifacts that I would like to. I had to choose and prioritize what's best for me. So you will see a couple legendary artifacts, but those artifacts have a replacement when it comes to epic artifacts, which will eventually make it a little bit harder for you, but still doable. And also all the heroes you can see can be replaced. I'm using Furbuff, I'm not using Garius. But you can replace Furbuff as long as you bring a tank with attack penalty 2. We're not using Furbuff for his healing here, so you can definitely replace him with any other tank. And same with Perkunte. Perkunte is not the best damage dealer for this dungeon. There are better options, even more free-to-play friendly options. So yes, basically the idea here is a tank with attack penalty, that single target damage dealer, someone with a dispel or buff prohibition, Manda in our case, but you can bring in another support, and healer or shielder at the back with resistance. In our case, we're not gonna run resistance, and I will go over why. Okay, so let's talk about the team that I just created. So I'm gonna use Furbuff. It's full legendary equipment. This is my main account, right? So it's not a test server, but this is what I get. I'm using Rift Hourglass mainly for the accuracy, but also for the haste to make sure he's got 18-second rotation. If you don't have Hourglass, you can easily replace it with a Spiritual Incense Burner, which will work in a similar way, helping you achieve that 18-second cooldown. And another important thing is the Adolphus in the back or healer you want with haste as well to have 18-second rotation. Preferably, you also want to run a resistance set because the boss does more damage if you don't resist this stun, but we don't care about that in our scenario because we are bringing Manda. So Manda with a healing set to help us survive longer. It's not really necessary. You could bring damage set with attack if you're using downpipe organs. You want accuracy on her because her turrets will apply electrocuted, which will boost Perkunte's damage. So yeah, and when she spawns those turrets, she spawns them behind her next to Adolphus, and they will absorb that heat from the boss, which is really helpful, and you'll see that in action. And obviously main damage is coming from Perkunte, the only Thunderbolt hero that does damage. And yes, if you've been following me, you know I have a dupe of Perkunte, so I have my first exclusive artifact, and it is amazing. Perkunte is dealing enough damage here to carry us through nearly perfect equipment. Look at this, 100% crit rate, 275 crit damage, while still 4,500 attack, plus an extra 10% from Manda. So huge damage here coming from him. Sadly, the only Thunderbolt hero who can do it. And I'm also using Gorax here with Witch's Remain and Serial set to boost the damage. Sadly, the haste is not there. It's not enough haste to have him at 18 seconds rotation, but it's not important. I could really replace him with anything like Iola or something else. Really, he's not doing much here because you'll see that in action. Skill timing, attack down at 11.8 basically whenever, as soon as he can. As long as it's before the ultimate, it's all good. The damage is coming from the ultimate. 18-second rotation. Default on Perkunte, we want him to do it whenever he can. We skip first rotation with Gorax, so we do it at 22 seconds and then try at 18. Obviously, it's not working, but it's okay as long as we get the first ones. And you'll notice that we don't need that. The boss can have the buff, it's still not going to kill us. Now, Manda applies a buff which can be stolen and increases the stacks on the boss, but we change the timer to 20 seconds, which happens after the ultimate. And the ultimate is the skill that takes the debuff and takes the buff out of our heroes. and grants the boss stack of buff. So we want to cast it after an 80-second rotation. She's got a really quick rotation here, so very easy. No, didn't need any haste to build. And yeah, the fight is not as quick as with the whale teams that I've been showing recently, but it's working. And as you can see, the boss has the buff first. We're gonna rotate through that. We're gonna survive it thanks to Adolfo's shield just before the ultimate. Now the boss hits us. That was a big damage. That was with the attack up buff, but with attack down from full buff as well. So we basically neglected it. And as you can see, Voresh did manage to cast at the right time, and we have it. We got that buff gone. We still got attack down, so the boss will do less damage now. As you can see, didn't barely popped Adolfo's shield. And I'm not sure if you noticed so far, but yes, these minions, they absorb this damage here. So we're not worried about the stun. And this is how I'm doing it. So yeah, Perkunta is slowly chipping. I mean, we could go away with a Dauntless team here instead. I could bring Tarival and he will melt that boss. But it's a cool strategy. I mean, I never used Manda in this kind of an environment, and you can see she works. She's basically absorbing this skills, that skill from the boss, which is cool. Something unique. And yes, with the new ticket system, we can now basically speed up the process. This obviously makes the $5 pack way more valuable because you still need the auto tickets as well on top of the new tickets, but I kind of like it. I mean, as a content creator, I must say I love it. And I'm going to definitely use it and highly suggest the $5 pack. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!